spots Victor nearby. He follows him and discovers that Victor has just killed him proudly.
So Arthur and the Holy Grail. I found the Holy Grail, people. I will build it for you. It's all simulation. Site verlaten, annuleren. It smells great. I mean, look, build it like this. It's originally like this. Holy Grail, but you can put it like this.
He drives his claws into Victor's chest and prepares to come off. Until Gambit intervenes, he attacks with his staff, giving Saber just enough time to get back on his feet and escape. Logan tries to chase him down, but Gambit blocks his path. He's terrified of being taken back to that island and would rather fight than risk capture. But even with his
it looks like this, the Holy Grail. And on the table, well, I have to look. Het moet lukken. I have to look. Kut. Kat, die is kapot.
He sneaks into the heavily guarded facility and makes his way straight to the lab where Stryker is waiting. Logan demands to know the truth. Why turn him into a weapon if Victor's attacks were all staged? Stryker finally reveals the plan. He never needed Logan just for his strength. He needed his DNA to complete a new creation. A powerful mutant called Deadpool. Thanks to Logan, they've now finished building Weapon 11. While they talk, Logan suddenly sees someone behind him. It's Kayla. Stunned, he doesn't believe it at first. He assumes it's a trick, another mutant disguised to mess with him. But Stryker tells him the truth. She's not an imposter, she's his wife. Stryker explains that on the day she supposedly died, Kayla was injected with a drug that slowed her heart rate until it looked like she had passed. She was never killed. She was forced to help Stryker because her sister Emma was being held captive on the island. Emma is a mutant with skin. Kayla's ability is to control her when she touches. Stryker says everything between her and Logan was part of the plan. Their entire relationship was a lie. Hearing this, Kayla's eyes fill with tears, but she stays silent. She knows if she speaks up, her sister could be harmed. After Logan storms out, Kayla turns to Stryker and begs him to leave. She did everything he asked, and now he must release her sister. But Stryker refuses. He says Emma must remain in the lab because no one else has a mutation like hers. At that moment, Victor enters the lab. He's furious that Stryker let Logan live. When Kayla tries to stop him by using her power, Victor strikes her violently. Hearing her screams, Logan races back and throws himself at his brother. The two clash once again in a brutal fight. Logan gains the upper hand and has the chance to finish Victor off. But Kayla steps in. She reminds him that the man she fell in love with was an animal. Logan lowers his claws. Instead of killing Victor, he knocks him unconscious and walks away. After the fight, Kayla assures Logan that she never used her powers to manipulate his feelings. What they shared was real. She explains that she only went along with Stryker's plan to protect her sister, Emma Frost. Hearing this, Wolverine decides to help Kayla rescue her. Stryker orders the scientist to activate Weapon 11, even though the procedure isn't fully complete. As Logan makes his way through the facility, he sees cages filled with captured mutants. Without hesitation, he tears them open and sets the prisoners free. Just as they're about to escape through the main gates, Deadpool appears. Stryker's latest creation, once known as Raid, is now a mindless weapon under his control. Logan tells Kayla to leave him to another exit while he stays behind to fight. Wolverine faces off against his former teammate, but this version of Wade is nearly impossible to stop. His healing ability is even faster than Logan's, making the battle incredibly difficult. Elsewhere in the compound, the freed mutants are ambushed by armed guards. In the chaos, Emma Frost transforms her skin into diamond, shielding the others while Scott Summers uses his laser blast to take out enemies. Once the path is clear, Kayla tells her sister she can't come with them. She's been injured, but doesn't want to go down. She urges her to take the others and escape. Confused by her sister's choice, Emma agrees and leads the group out, unaware that Kayla has been shot. Lost in the maze-like halls of the facility, the group begins to panic, until Scott hears a calm voice inside his head, guiding him to safety. Wolverine, in the meantime, climbs to the top of the tower, trying to escape the deadly weapon chasing him. But an instant Deadpool, now known as Weapon 11, teleports and appears right beside him. The creature drives its swords through Logan and prepares to finish him. Suddenly, Victor, Stryker arrives and knocks Deadpool away. He declares that only he has the right to kill his brother. With that, the two join forces to fight the monstrous mutant. Deadpool attacks both of them at once, using his teleportation to stay one step ahead. Just as Victor believes he's caught him, Deadpool vanishes and reappears on the other side. Stryker activates Deadpool's next
Victor is mijn neef, Jonas is de
just
broer,
like Scott Summers.
Jonas is
Deadpool
Wolverine,
fires laser beams from
en
his eyes.
Michel als de ware,
Uses his
Mr.
claws to block the attack,
Mr.
while Victor tries
Onwaarschijnlijk
to
is de
strike him
Nederlandse
from behind.
Wolverine.
The move fails, and Victor is hit hard by the blast. Seeing his brother on the brink of death, Logan charges in and slashes Deadpool's neck, finally bringing him down. Even in death, Wade Wilson's eyes remain open as the tower begins to collapse around him. The laser beams tear through the structure. As a last resort, Stryker picks up a gun loaded with adamantium bullets and plans to shoot Wolverine in the head. He knows it won't kill him, Logan's body will heal, but it will erase his memories, making sure he never comes back for revenge. As the tower falls, Logan and Victor are forced to jump. Logan hits the ground and is nearly crushed by falling debris, but just in time, Gambit appears and shatters the massive concrete chunk with his staff, saving his life. Just then, Logan hears Kayla's voice calling out to him. He tells Scott Summers, the young mutant later known as Cyclops, to go help the others who are trying to escape now. Logan rushes to Kayla's side. She looks up at him and softly says that she truly loves him. That's when he notices she's been shot.
Dat snap ik.
He
Het
lifts
flesje
her in his
viel
arms,
van
determined to carry her to safety.
flesje met
Before he can, Stryker appears and
bloedsteen
opens
viel
fire.
van
Logan
de pop
charges at him, but
van de
Stryker
kast.
shoots him in the head with an adamantium bullet. Logan drops to the
flesje viel van de kast, van de hoge kast.
one more time,
En
ensuring
dat
he's
viel
never
precies
completely
op
wiped.
het
He then walks over to Kayla and points his
emaille schaaltje van
She manages to touch
Amigo
his
en
foot. Using her power, she
Zelda.
controls his mind instead of ordering him to
een zwart schoteltje was het. Brak in stukken. Ik heb het altijd opgeveegd. Ik heb er zo warm van, joh. Terwijl het warm niet aanstaat, is
Seeing that the others are safe, Remy LeBeau, Gambit goes back to find Logan.
Ik vertrouw gewoon op God dat de kartjes
Logan remembers
niet in
nothing.
glas gaan
Looking at
staan.
the dog tags around his neck, he learns his name is Wolverine. Confused, he asks where he is. Realizing what's happened, Gambit tells him they're friends. With no other option, Logan agrees to follow him. But as they walk, he spots Kayla's body. He doesn't recognize her, yet something about her feels familiar. In the distance, sirens begin to sound, and Logan tells Gambit to go on without him and that he'll find his own way. X-Men Apocalypse opens back in 3600 BC, where a powerful mutant known as Apocalypse became the first of his kind. Using his incredible powers, he took control of ancient Egypt and ruled as pharaoh, forcing everyone to bow before him. But his body couldn't last forever. To stay alive, he needed to move his mind into a new body, one that could heal itself quickly. He found the perfect mutant for this and began the transfer. However, just as the process started, a group of soldiers who were tired of his rule decided to stop him. They knocked over a large sandstone block, damaging the pyramid and causing it to collapse. Still, Apocalypse managed to complete the transfer just in time. His followers used their powers to protect him with a force field shield as they were all buried under tons of rock. More than 5,500 years later, in 1983, a teenager named Scott Summers is in class.
Even terugspoelen met die piramide.
A powerful mutant known as Apocalypse became the first.
Apok. Ipsi. Volgens mij heb ik toch mijn voet opengehaald. Kijk. Ik zoek een glas in mijn voet. Mijn linker hiel. Heet dat hiel, de onderkant van je voet? Hiel en enkel. Dit is enkel. Nee. Achillespees. Enkel, dat is enkel, dat is hiel. Soms weet ik het even niet meer, al die namen. Enkel is alleen en hiel is hele. Ga ik het glas in de verzamelton, maar ga ik dat gewoon zeggen als ze iets willen zoeken. Kan het zijn dat ze in glas gaan. Er zit een scherpje gas in, glas. Kijk, we zijn op 56 minuten 35. Het duurt 3,5 uur deze uitleg. Stilte is ook wel eens fijn. Dat zouden meer mensen moeten kunnen proberen. Stilte. Maar ook zelf weer smooth te houden, Maurice. Ik ga daar Apocalypse kijken. Apocalypse, de eerste mutant blijkbaar. Vandaag even geschoren. Echt die gekke buiten even afgeknipt. De freak show. Vorige week ook nog mijn melk helemaal bruin gesmeerd met schuim. De hele vieze bruine klauw van aan de binnenkant. Maar iedereen zei wel, of een paar mensen zeiden wel, hey, ben je lekker naar zonnebank gegeven? Het is wel, oogt wel gezonde bruine kleur, bruine toet, bruine facie, bruine mel, bruin gezicht, bruine bek. Beter dan zo'n witte ongezond hoofd. Nee, bij andere mensen natuurlijk niet erg, maar ik ben zelf nogal narcistisch. Bij mezelf vind ik het niet mooi staan. Anderen moeten het zelf weten. Ik wil goed voor den dag komen. Akasha Chronieken, mensen. Ik ben ze aan het voorlezen over Florence Welsh, Anouk Theeuwen, Hans Theeuwen, Theo Maassen. Ook een paar vrienden hier uit Rotterdam. Mariska, Louise uit Nederland. 2 Louises dus, dat is geen verspreking. Mariska, Louise. Louise B en Louise 14. Louise 17, eigenlijk 14. Tweede, Louise 17, eigenlijk 14. Ze leek 17, ze zei dat ze 17 was, maar ze was 14. Toen was ik 22, vakantie. Ik kan het ook allemaal horen. Louise, herken je me nog? Hoe je dat krijgt, zien we me 4. Wij zijn 54 ondertussen 55 jaar. Echt een knap vrij. Ik heb er nog een fotoboek van. Ik zal daar even laten zien, een foto. 1992. Toen was ik 20. Nee, 22 was ik toen. We gaan nu naar nummer 44 toe. Iemand in een Anthony Kamerling. 6 oktober jongsleden was hij 15 jaar aan de andere kant. De voorleestovenaar ben ik ook intrik. Het lijkt wel weer 50 jaar zijn, het voorleesstukje. Deel 2 is dat. Zo, ik zoek wel een beetje, maar het is. Dat is het wel. Dus hoort er een kat op tafel springen. Ik heb geluidshallucinaties. Dus niet visuele hallucinaties, maar geluidshallucinaties. Ik heb wel een tijdje last van, maar geen last van. Hij zit een klein beetje. Nou, ik kan naar buiten kijken. Nu nog op het pleintje, dit is 2:58 nog maar. En dat iets achter, 2:50 zelfs. Pleintjes verlaten. Speelpleintje. Vinkenbaan, zou ik zeggen, glijbaan. Vinkenbaan heb ik gewoon. Nou, 1 houtje van de tikkie. En nog 1 keer van Merit. Die eerste was voor Amber. Ik zet het gas uit. Van nummer 3 Merit. En nummer 4 gaat als eerste uit, Amber. Van nummer 3. Als je door gaat tellen. Kijk, het zijn 4 gaspitten. Als je van linksboven naar rechtsonder gaat lezen. Zoals Nederlanders. Dan is Merit 3 en Amber 4. Maar als je als Arabieren leest, is Amber nummer 1. En Merit nummer 2, dat klopt ook wel meer. Ik heb Merit later ontmoet in jullie tijd. Maar ik kom vanuit de toekomst, dus dan kom je eerst langs de toekomst. Als ik uit de toekomst kom, kom ik eerst langs jullie toekomst. En dan pas langs jullie heden. Ja, ik ga diep en ik spit. En ik kom van de Sphinx en dan back at the shit. Even een slokje sinaas. Dan gaan we even dat stuk kijken van. Kunnen jullie even meekijken. YouTube-controleur zit daar toch niet meer mee te kijken, maar dit is gezwets. Even kijken naar X-Men. Apocalypse, dat was de allereerste mutant. Ik heb even goed luisteren hoe dat zat. Niet te hard voor Totti, zit ik maar steeds te denken. Die had een keer last van onze overlast. Tot die buurman hier links, voor als je voor de deur zat. Oké, we gaan even kijken.
Of his kind, using his incredible powers, he took control of ancient Egypt and ruled as pharaoh, forcing everyone to bow before him. But his body couldn't last forever. To stay alive, he needed to move his mind into a new body, one that could heal itself quickly. He found the perfect mutant for this and began the transfer. However, just as the process started, a group of soldiers who were tired of his rule decided to stop him. They knocked over a large sandstone block, damaging the pyramid and causing it to collapse. Still, Apocalypse managed to complete the transfer just in time. His loyal followers used their powers to protect him with a force field shielding him as they were all buried under tons of rock. More than 5,500 years later, in 1983, a teenager named Scott Summers is in class, learning about the 1973 battle at the White House. Suddenly, his eyes start to bother him and he begins blinking quickly. He asks to go to the bathroom and stares at himself in the mirror, trying to figure out what's wrong. Meanwhile, another student wrongly thinks Scott winked at his girlfriend and follows him in, ready to fight. Scott locks himself in a stall and the bully starts banging on the door. Frustrated and angry, Scott opens his eyes and a powerful energy blast shoots out, destroying part of the bathroom. Afterward, Scott's parents realize he needs help. His older brother Alex decides to take him to the X-Mansion, hoping Professor Charles Xavier can help Scott understand and control his powers. As soon as Scott arrives at the mansion, the headmaster, Professor Xavier, steps outside to meet him. He gently asks Scott to remove the blindfold covering his eyes. When Scott finally does, Xavier is shocked by the power of his optic blasts, and immediately decides to enroll him at the school. Meanwhile, on the eastern side of Berlin, a young mutant named Angel is fighting in an underground fight club. He's already won 10 matches in a row and is now the crowd favorite to win his 11th. The announcer hypes up the next match by calling in a demon, and the crew releases Nightcrawler into the cage, a blue mutant with the power to
Dominique, kun je het al harder zijn, nummer 11.
He starts teleporting around the cage, trying to avoid conflict, but ends up hitting the high voltage electric